Hello everyone, my name is Amar Mishra and this is my channel E-Education. I'm uploading my video after a very long time as I'm also a freshie and I tried to work into some other things as well in other sectors as well. So it was little delayed to upload my video on my channel E-Education. Today I came with some of the topic which is very important. Although if you will search on YouTube, you will get that topic, but it's quite complicated because even I have searched those topics, those things, but it was complicated for me because they are showing the slideshows and everything, and especially for the new aspirants, the new IT aspirants, the person who are coming in 2020 or 2021. It's not only related to B bachelor's of engineering, it can be related to BA person or BCom person who can apply for the jobs. I will not waste your time and I will just complete my things what I want to say you. So I am a person who is 2018 pass out and I am engineering from information technology, and once I'm having a 12th percentage little less, and it was in 50s only. So many of the companies like IT companies were not I was not able to apply in that company. So at the time I applied into some of the companies which are RPO and BPO based. So I have a relevant experience of 10 months in a RPO, working in an RPO organization, and I have given the interview for BPO as well. And because I was not aware of at that time that there was an off campus, and in off campus some companies don't ask for the college percentage, or some of them don't ask only. Okay, so it's that. But maximum company will ask for a throughout. The mediocre company like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, and Cognizant, these companies will ask. But although Cognizant and Accenture has some upper hands, like if the person is having a less than 60% in any of the three streams, three parts, then also they can apply, because they only want, Cognizant only want 50% throughout. And Accenture right now, the openings which is coming into the Accenture, they're only looking for throughout 65% in your BE, in your graduation. That is the thing. So what is this video is all about, that I've seen many of them has been confused in RPO. They think that RPO is a kind of a technical job, and many of them are there. Although the person who was saying and who is going to comment on this, that we know that it's not for them. It's only for them who are getting confused in RPO and IT, which is better. See, nothing is better, nothing is bad. It's all about your interest. If you're an IT engineer and still if you want to be, you don't like too much technology, then also you can do. You can go into some other technologies as well, other fields as well. So one company can have multiple sectors. Okay, it can be an IT sector as well, it can be a BPO sector as well, and it can be an RPO sector as well. Now, what is BPO, RPO, and IT? So it's a very common term, like BPO and IT is a very common term, but RPO is somehow which is little new for everyone. So what is BPO? It's a business process outsourcing. Okay, and what is RPO? RPO is a recruitment process outsourcing, and IT, as we all know, is a information technology. So what happened? Every company is having own sectors like TCS, BPO, Infosys, BPO, everything. Like TCS is also having its BPO sector, and it's also known as an IT company as well. Infosys is also having its BPO sector, and it is also known as an IT company. So it's like that. What can be a business process? You have to pick up the call, you have to pick up the call, you have to sell your products, you might have to sell your products, or you might have to give some services to your customers or the or any other clients. That is called as BPO. Okay, now what is recruitment process outsourcing? So recruitment process outsourcing is you are sourcing a particular candidate for a particular requirement. As you can see on Naukri.com or Monster.com, many of the aspirants is having their requirements, like Java developer are there, and you are a recruiter. Then you are recruiting that person according to its skills. Okay, so that is a part of a recruitment process outsourcing, or you can say it's a HR part, which is a human resource, that what is the best resource and how you can use it and how you can manage it. All this comes into the RPO systems. So what I used to do, I was a technical recruiter in RPO, recruitment process outsourcing, one of the renowned company which was Collabra Services. I was working for 10 months there, and I was a technical recruiter also, and I was a DHR also. So there is a two things in differentiated. What is DHR and what is technical recruiter? So direct hire recruitment is a kind of a permanent job you are offering to a candidate who is in USA or Australia or anywhere else. Okay, technical recruiter is a person who is recruiting you on the basis of contract, although they are same, but it was a different terms which were used in my company at that time. So you can get any requirement. It's not only like if you are a technical recruiter, then only you will get a technical requirement. You might have get a medical requirements also, like from Optum or from Wells Fargo or JP Morgan. These are the clients for whom I worked for, medical person, a clinical persons who has to work in that. So you have to work on that also. I used to work on the requirement like sales representatives. One of the Komodo company was there, so I used to work for them also. And then coming on to technical requirements like Accenture US, UK, or Google, Adobe. These are the persons in USA. They are looking for the contract persons, that person that you can work for 6 months or 1 year for multiple things like MVC framework you can work on, or you can work on Java developments. So I used to source those things as well in that particular time period. So I was a technical recruiter. Now I changed my stream, my domain. I don't wanted to work as a technical recruiter because I was an IT engineer, and I was thinking that no, I want to change it. So I tried for IT company, and right now I have been recruited in Accenture, Accenture India right now. Now I just wanted to tell you what is a basic difference in these companies are. You, according to your work, whether it is an IT, whether it is in BPO, whether it is an RPO, you might have to work in a night also, or might have to work in a day also. Maximum time if you are in IT, you have to work in a morning shift. But if you are in a as a technical recruiter, then definitely in RPO you have to work as a night shift person. So there is a biggest difference. If you like to work in a night, then that is good for you, but if you don't like a technology, but if you are a technology, I can say freak, if you are looking for technology and other stuffs for development, then you should definitely don't think about RPO or BPO. You should always go into the IT, because this was the same problem happened with me as well. I was not aware of that RPO process and BPO process and IT. I thought that RPO was somehow a little relatable to IT, but it is definitely a non-technical job. It's definitely a non-technical job. Now coming into the IT aspirants, what is an IT? So what IT used to do, these are three things: functional, non-functional, technical, and techno-functional. Sorry, four things are there. So like if you are working into some SAP projects like ABAP or these are some modules which are easily available on not Google's, Google. So you can easily go and search for it, and you will get the idea what is this is all about. So if you're working in a or all those things, it will be a technical field, but you will be working as a functional person. Not too much coding will be involved in that. You might have to do the debugging on those things, but not too much coding will be there. On the other hand, you might be getting the technology that like Java, ABAP, SAP ABAP, which you can say, or .NET or digital fundamentals, which include Python, any other language like COBOL, which is a mainframe languages as well. You can do work on that also. So in IT, you have multiple opportunities to work for if you want to grow yourself in a technology. While in RPO, if you are a technical recruiter, then you will change your area. You will be still recruiting the person only. That will not be a difference. But yeah, your designation will be changing. Your experience according to the HR will be increasing. But as an engineer, your experience will be counted only in IT company. It will not be a RPO. So my main thing is that BPO is used to sell the products, services, or any other things like, for example, Baiju. For RPO, you will be recruiting a person, or you will be selling a job. I guess it will be more preferable that you are selling, like this message is for some person, and this message is regards to this requirement, and are you available in the job market right now? Like these are the things that you have to say in RPO. Some of the good companies for RPO is Collabora Services, I told you, Artec, Manpower, Peopleify. I guess these companies are very good. You want to save some money and gain some experience in the field of human resource, and definitely RPO is the best job for you. For engineers, I will definitely tell you that if you are a freak of technology, if you are a technology freak, then definitely you should opt for IT companies. And if you are a simple degree holder, and if you want to sell your products and those things, if you are very good in the managing or convincing the people according to your products, then BPO is the best thing for you. So I will tell one more thing, that that is last thing. I will not make it too much big. Last thing is that information technology is a thing. Many of the person like me is having a less marks in 10th or 12th or engineering. I was having a less marks in 12th, so I was having a little big trouble while finding a job. You can just go through the things like you can certify yourself by taking a relevant coaching from different coaching institutes. You can take those things, and through that you can go and opt for different companies. Try from these small simple small companies as well, like Mobilite. That was a startup company in Delhi. And if you want to try for IT, you should come to Bangalore. That will be the best thing, because it's a big IT hub. Then you should try yourself. That will be good thing. And percentage is definitely a very big requirement while going into the mediocre companies like Accenture and those things. But if you are having some troubles, then definitely you can look forward to work in a startup, because a startup will give you a very big ideas, good ideas. All this is it. I want to tell you that if you are having a problem and if you are not getting a campus placements because of your percentage or economically down, right now we are very economically, we are weak, little weak as compared to previous years. 2020 is little weak, so you will be having, IT sector is totally down right now, so definitely you will be having some trouble. So if you will pass out 2020 2021 year job aspirants, if you will pass out and if you are having a trouble in getting the job from your campus, and maximum campus used to give, they have to show the recruitments that our college has done this much of recruitment. So they used to do the RPO, they used to invite RPO and BPO companies as well. They don't, because IT companies don't come too much frequently in the engineering colleges as well. So you can come to Bangalore, you can just search the job, you can certify yourself in Java, automation testing, or Python, everything you can. I was a Java and automation test certified person. I have taken this course and I did that. So you can do that things as well, and definitely you will be going ahead if you will be looking forward for that. So that's it. Have a great day. Bye bye. Best of luck.